So I wanted to do a quick video on apologies. And I know you're probably thinking like, I'm an adult. I don't need you to tell me how to apologize. I know how to do that already. Let's just say that a few of you can, and I'm not talking about you, I'm just saying like the collective you, there are a few people who could benefit from learning how to apologize. So first up, why do we apologize? It's a way of acknowledging a person's feelings, what may have been due to something you did, something you said, something you didn't do, something you didn't say, a behavior you showed towards them, whatever it is. And so a lot of times it starts with just that acknowledgement of that person and something that you did that directly led to a change in them, whether it's anger or, whether they're now experiencing anger, anxiety, fear, sadness, disappointment, whatever it is, it's something you did towards that person. They have a reaction. The apology is that beginning step of repairing the relationship. That is your first step of acknowledging what you're feeling. Your feelings are valid. They're important to me. This is why I'm apologizing. A few things about apologies. You may not always understand it. It may not always make sense to you, but we're all human, right? So we each have things that may trigger us in different ways, that may cause reactions to us in different ways. And so it doesn't require you to always understand all the parts of why they are feeling the way they're feeling. It's just, you're important to me. Those are your feelings. They're valid. I want to acknowledge and honor them. It also may not have been your intent. There are a lot of times where we do things, we might say something a certain way, especially with like text messages. People might read things a certain way, put their own spin on it, whatever. And you would be like, well, I didn't mean to hurt you. No, you didn't, but you did. And so it's not always just about our intent either. So again, the apology is an acknowledgement of that person's feelings, that person's response to something that you did, and acknowledging that it was something you did not mean to do. So how do we apologize? First, we need to start by providing space. When a person comes to you and they're saying, hey, I didn't like when you did this, or when you said that, I felt this way, or when I was here, you didn't do these things and you said you would, whatever, right? They come to you, they're saying what the issue is. This is your space to listen. Requires openness. That this is not the space for a defensiveness. Well, I didn't mean to do this, and what about that time where you did this to me, and I don't like this, and I ain't did this, and da. They came to you with their feelings. They came to you with something that you did to them. This is your space to listen. And I'm going to frame all of this as saying, especially when it's a relationship that you honor, that you respect, and that you want to maintain, like, after this event is over. After you've been open, there are a few things you can do in this moment. You can say, you know what? Thank you for coming to me because I didn't want you to feel this way. That was never my intention. I am truly sorry, or I truly apologize for X. Fill in the blank. For not showing up for you the way that I should have. For using that tone of voice with you. For saying this thing that hurt your feelings. I love you. I value you. I don't want to hurt you. Or it could just be, I'm sorry, or I apologize for X. This is also a great place to start a conversation. You know what? If this ever happens again, this is what I will do moving forward. So now we're taking it to action. Not only did I hear you and acknowledge what you're feeling, I'm taking accountability for my role in it. I'm also giving you a plan of, if this happens in the future, if this comes up, I'm going to do something different. If this ever happens again, come to me. Come to me. I hope that we can continue to have these types of conversations so that we can get to a place of understanding. And I just want to reiterate, because these are some things I have heard from people lately. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize if you feel this way. My bad. It's not even that deep. It's not that serious. Those are not apologies, people. Those are not apologies. And in some instances, depending on the relationship, you might be doing more harm than trying to bring it together. Okay? And I'm going to wrap all of this up. It's important to apologize because this is how you maintain healthy relationships. This is how you maintain trust and safety in relationships. Has anyone ever, you went to someone, you told them what you were feeling, and then they dismissed your feelings. They overlooked it. They didn't acknowledge it. They didn't, they just kept on talking and moving business as usual. Has that ever happened to you? Or have someone ever given you a half apology? Well, if you feel that way, then I'm sorry, or I apologize that you feel XYZ. How did you feel when that happened to you? Is that a relationship that you wanted to continue to invest in? Is that someone that feels safe for you? So this is why I'm saying it is very important to acknowledge your part in what you do to people, how you make them feel, what your actions may have done to hurt someone else, so that you all can move forward in a very healthy way. And I just want to, sort of say, we're all human. We're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to let people down in our lives. And I think sometimes the defensiveness shows up because it's like, I don't want to be that kind of person. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to face the disappointment that I've caused you. Sometimes, though, it can cause more harm or damage to that relationship. And so you just want to make sure that for those people who mean the most to you, that when those moments come up, that you're fully present, that you're acknowledging emotions, and that you're not being dismissive. Instead, you're being more welcoming and leaning into the strengths of what that bond is. Y'all let me know what you think.